Okay, guys, we started recording. Everyone say hi to YouTube. For those of you that find this on YouTube, this is a general collective message, but we are doing it in a soft, calming whisper tonight. This is the closest to ASMR you will ever get here. Okay, I will watch that clip of me after we get into the collective, but let's see what's going on for you guys. Okay. We're moving. Okay. There's like some movement after some stagnancy here. For sure. The Now on SoundCloud clip is gonna force me into hiding. I'm gonna escape into another country. Oh, interesting. Okay. This feels like another positive reading. Wow, you guys have some like good energy. Excuse me. That means it's true. There's some real good energy going on here. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's dive in. Bottom of the deck is your challenge here. You've got the Four of Swords, you've got the Chariot, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles. For a lot of you, okay, this is going to be a little brutal. That's why I'm probably going to whisper it tonight. A lot of you need to recognize that your version and your view of success doesn't match up with your family's view of success or like your caregiver's view of success, but that doesn't mean that you are not successful. So just because other people view success as like a certain parameter or like as a certain idea does not mean that that idea has to transfer over to you and be your idea of success. Okay, success, the way my guides are saying this, is success is very personal. You know, success and goals, these are very personal things for each individual one of us. So don't let yourself get sidetracked because maybe some other people in your family, in your life, think that success has to look one way. It doesn't have to look that way for you, okay? Let's talk about it. So you start with the Knight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So, like I said, it does kind of feel like for a lot of you here, there is some movement coming in after what feels like a very stagnant period. My guides actually just showed me a volcano, which is crazy. So there might be like some sort of like eruption happening here. It does feel like for a lot of you, the challenge here is to not fall back into old patterns of reclusion. It does feel like there's a little bit here of I don't know how to be perceived. So when I am perceived, I do try to hide myself as much as possible. And I understand this. I understand this trauma response, but it's like your guides want you to remember here that like you are successful. Okay, that's like this reading feels like a very positive reading because there is success here. There is forward movement here for you. Okay, with the Eight of Swords and the Fool, it does kind of also feel like a lot of you had to come out of your comfort zone for this. You know, it feels like a lot of you, there's almost this feeling here of I could have let this stop me, or like I could have remained stagnant, but I'm choosing not to. I feel like this is like a little bit of a perspective shift as well for some of you. Yeah, Knight of Cups, it's the perspective shift of like, you know, we talk about all the time, and you guys have heard me say this before, giving back to ourselves, but also showing up for yourself. When we show up for ourselves, everyone shows up differently for themselves. You know, we're always talking smack on the gym bros who be going to the gym for 3 hours a day, but like if that's how they're choosing to show up for themselves, then that's how they're choosing to show up for themselves. You know, other people might be, you know, I have a friend who goes on a walk around her neighborhood every single day, 5 to 6 days a week. Okay, you can catch her walking around her neighborhood and she's choosing to show up for herself like that. I have other friends that, you know, they crochet or they have a creative outlet. They draw every single day. You know, they do something to express themselves every single day, and that's how they are choosing to show up for themselves. What you guys need to understand here is that everyone chooses to show up for themselves differently. Okay, with the Three of Cups, I do feel like you guys have a better sense of community now as you've been showing up for yourself more, because it's like, when you think about it, let's say I go and, like, I love doing pottery. Let's say I go and I do a pottery class and I'm showing up how I want to show up for myself right now by going to this pottery class, and I meet other people that are showing up in that same exact way. There's camaraderie there. We're mingling, we're happy, I'm finding common ground with these people. But, like, let's say I don't like sports at all. Why would I go and join a baseball club when I hate playing baseball? I'm not going to find anyone with common ground because I'm not showing up for myself in an authentic way. It feels like you guys have learned where your authenticity lies and how to show up for yourself authentically in that venue, and you owe it to yourself to be a little bit kinder and pat yourself on the back for this, okay? It feels like with the Queen of Wands and also with the Seven of Cups here, some of you may be wondering, well, like, what's next for me? Like, where do I go from here? What's, like, the next thing on my schedule here? And the way my guides are giving this to me is like, well, that's what you get to decide. I feel like some of you play a little bit like backseat barista in your own life, and I feel like your guides want you to be a little bit more active here and to really choose and take that step into the unknown and be like, you know what? I am going to try this out. I am going to go this way, because at the end of the day, I say this to you guys all the time, but, like, nonchalance is not cute anymore. Okay, we're not 13 years old in geometry. Being nonchalant only hurts you, especially in regards to your own life. Okay, so it feels like a lot of you guys, your guides want you to take that next step where you're sitting here being like, okay, well, what's the next step? Babe, decide it. Choose your next step. Don't wait for the universe to choose for you. That's how we end up getting thrown down a flight of stairs during a tower moment. Literally, we're talking about choose, and the Lovers is known as the choice card, also card of Gemini. It's like your guides are like, make that choice, make that decision, and then follow that path. Go where you want to go. The Four of Cups on the Four of Cups is fucking crazy here, okay? I almost raised my voice here, and my guides are like, lower your voice. I am begging you guys to please start caring about your own lives. Okay? Being nonchalant, it's a trauma response. Being like, well, everything is going wrong, everything around me is bad, and I just don't care. I am begging you to care. I am begging you to go out and try to care. Hi, Westy, welcome. We're doing a soft-spoken collective today. You missed most of it, but that's okay. It feels like for a lot of you guys, like your guides just want you to just try. Like, even if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. At least you did that thing that you wanted to do for yourself and not for someone else. Okay, I'm gonna get you guys an oracle card as well, and then after this I will not be doing the soft spoken voice anymore because I simply cannot keep it up. Okay, can I get a card for the collective, please? Please. Thank you for the follow, April. Welcome to the party. I don't normally talk like this, just so you know. This is the closest you're going to get to a ASMR reading from me. Okay. This is very fitting for you guys. The card that you got is called the Exile Azazel. The Exile Azazel. Oh. The book is literally right in front of me and I missed it. Okay. It's also number 73 for any of us that are into astrology, numerology. It's number 73, okay? Regardless of the cost, you may need to commit yourself to goals that are laid in front of you. Your actions may not be without controversy, but that is a sign that what you are doing is laden with importance. You may suffer loss and heartache, but the path is clear. Okay? I feel like, as always, your guides are reminding you, if you're doing what's best for you and you're walking a certain path and other people aren't following in that path or they aren't coming on that journey with you, that's okay. Sometimes when we are choosing what's best for us, we lose some people that don't agree with what's best for us. So, I will leave this here for you guys. That is the collective. If you are watching this on YouTube, consider liking and subscribing. I hope to one day see you over here on Twitch, but if I don't, that's totally okay. I will see you in the next video, okay? Bye.